So Stephen, let me kind of talk to you about some of the same question, because obviously Deloitte has this platform around elevating the human experience, and I'd love for you to kind of just touch on that and maybe talk to a little bit about what Deloitte is specifically doing around conversational artificial intelligence.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. I guess to make it practical for the audience, I think in the last 10 years of helping clients elevate that human experience and what we say go beyond customer experience, really, I think AI has come to the forefront really in only the last 5 to 6 years. And one of the papers we're coming out with tomorrow is around, I think probably about 37% of organizations have embraced AI today. So that's, I know, a 270% growth, but at the same time, an opportunity for growth further. But what you're seeing is organizations are really using AI in the core of their organization for automation and optimization, and now only really getting into the customer space. And I think we've all seen, and as Danny mentioned, 2016, the emergence of chatbots, etc. But when I talk to my clients, at least, what they really miss is, whilst they're embracing that, is really the emotional connection. And I think it was mentioned a few times, the unbiasedness of the interaction, the emotional connection through engaging rather than talking to your client. So we're really seeing now an influx of that. I mean, to be honest, at Deloitte Digital, where we try to help our clients with that journey, we're also embarking on that journey. So it's not something we've got all the answers to, but in the first implementations we've done, I think what you're seeing is taking small steps, maybe in the sort of less transactional areas of the business, also from a compliance perspective and privacy perspective, and getting experience, learning as you go, iterating is really what we're seeing at clients. And I think we've just launched the first Dutch-speaking digital human, which was a great moment really to help old people during COVID. So we worked hard when COVID hit to have a project that has an impact, not a commercial project for us, but really look at how we can help old people in homes that were locked down on making information more accessible and having a dialogue rather than searching on a website of a local government that was very difficult to read. Just having that touch of a button conversation with a digital human, and just the personal pleasure that you see sort of doing user-centric design with older people just puts a smile on your face. And I think it gives a real sort of platform for what is potential, whether it's in branding as was just presented, or when it comes into really the core of the transaction of the enterprise. But maybe I can talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah, what I really liked about your comments was you talked about these companies needing to embrace artificial intelligence. And I think if you ask the question, even at the beginning of this year, how many people are interested in artificial intelligence, it's significant. But be able to walk that line and having partners like Deloitte to really take end users and customers and help them understand what is going to be necessary as they kind of embrace and dive into this whole world of artificial intelligence. I'd liken it to the constructs of digital transformation about 5-8 years ago, where now it actually has some teeth into it. So awesome. Thank you for that. So Stephen, let me pivot over to you, because Deloitte has works with some of the most amazing and important brands on the face of this earth. And we've heard time and time again that because of obviously everything we're going through with the epidemic, that roadmaps and technologies are getting pulled in to the point where even in the retail market, 2 years of digital transformation has taken place in 2 months. So can companies take advantage of this time and really create differentiation with their services?
I've spoken probably to about 35 CXOs in virtual sessions over the last few months, and I think it went from the future of the office discussion to agility in the supply chain and agility in the enterprise when it comes to the digital core, and now it's all about digital interaction. So we've gone through the respond phase, we're going to the recover phase, and hopefully as we move forward into the back end of the year, we'll go into a thrive phase. And I think every conversation is the same, that we will not go back to how it was, whether it was in retail, and the role of digital in interaction is an area that is going to accelerate or is accelerating. I think one retailer here in the Netherlands said, as you said, they've accelerated a year's worth of transformation in three months because they had to. So the point of you have to, and do it in an emotional way that you embrace your NPS scores, your customer engagement, and then really it's a trigger to move beyond the chatbot that you've implemented and to get into the core of the enterprise on top of Salesforce, on top of any other enterprise system where digital humans are really then coming to fray. So the technology is there, as Lone just said, and I think the time is there. So I see an acceleration, and that's why we're so excited about it also as Deloitte Digital to help our clients on that journey.
All right, let's move on, and I want to kind of go around the horn and just hear some of the thought process of where we think digital humans are going to be and where we think they're going to be most impactful in our daily lives. We talked.
I look at 3 years. I think what we're going to see is embracing around the marketing side first. I think we've heard a lot about that in the customer engagement piece. I'm also pretty excited about what this can do to augment the real human in the enterprise and really the transactional part of the business, whether that's triaging a patient into a hospital and then triaging them off to a real human and taking some of that weight load off the real human jobs. I think that's where the big ROI is going to be seen, and I'm most excited about. And I see the space as a whole evolving, obviously clouds being embraced. I think this will be an added advocate of that transition, and increasingly seeing digital humans embedded into enterprise software. I think that's going to be the next wave in 3 years.